Hello, this is Teacher Rai, your teacher buddy today. Welcome to our class. Before we begin, please be guided of the following. Prepare a copy of the modules in UCSP and ballpen. Find a nice and quiet place in your house that will not interfere with your study. Listen carefully to each instruction and lesson, and perform tasks to the best of your ability. Are you ready? If so, then we are going to differentiate ethnocentrism from the cultural relativism. Plot level of acceptability of one's culture around the world. And value the importance of cultural relativism in mitigating ethnocentrism. According to Anastasia Russia, culture is something that unites people. And that culture is the belief, behaviors, objects, and other characteristics shared by groups of people. Is there such a thing as the best culture? Let's take a look at the succeeding images. Are they acceptable or not? First image. People to be naked on public roads. Second, a person has more than one spouse. And the last, sex before marriage. Now let's assess the three images. First, consider it wrong for people to be naked on public roads, but consider it normal in cultures where the clothing used covers fewer parts of the body. Next, considering it wrong that in our society a person has more than one spouse, but accepting it in cultures where polygamy or a practice of marrying multiple spouses is accepted. Finally, consider it natural for people to have sex before marriage, but understand the reasons why previous generations of women did not. Would you like to know more of this? Which cultural perspective are you? Let's learn together. Have you ever seen or eaten a food from another country, such as dried squid or fried crickets, and think of it as weird and gross? This is an example of ethnocentrism. Ethnocentrism was coined in 1906 and was a minute by William Graham Sumner. It is a cultural concept refers to the regard to one's own culture, and society is the center of everything, and seen as the most efficient and superior among the culture. In other words, ethnocentrism is the idea that one's culture is superior. You are judging or making assumptions about the food of other countries based on your own norms, values, or beliefs. Thinking dried squid is smelly or people should not eat insects are examples of ethnocentrism in societies where people may not eat dried squid or insects. On the other hand, ethnocentrism can create loyalty among the same social group or people in the same society. For example, during World Cup or Olympics, you may tend to root for your own country and believe that the players or teams representing your country are much better. Well, National pride is also a form of ethnocentrism. Franz Boas, an American-German anthropologist, established his term in the first few decades of the 20th century called Cultural Relativism. This cultural perspective underscores the idea that culture in every society should be understood and regarded on its own, meaning it refers to not judging a culture to our own standards of what is right or wrong, strange or normal. For example, instead of thinking fried crickets are disgusting, one should instead ask, why do some cultures eat fried insects? You may learn that fried crickets or grasshoppers are full of protein, and in Mexico, it is a famous regional cuisine and have been eaten for thousands of years as a healthy food source. Anthropologists say that when we think about different cultures and societies, we should think about others' customs in a way that helps us make sense of how their cultural practices fit within their overall cultural practices. Let's traverse to some unique cultures around the world. With that, let's do an exciting activity. I will provide you the traditions or culture of Egypt, Norway, South Korea, Netherlands, and Finland. Then you are going to plot in the bar chart your level of acceptability of their culture, 1 being the lowest and 10 being the highest. Are you ready? Let's get it on! In many cultures like the United States, it is all right to ask for salt to add to your food. But if you are dining with friends and colleagues in Egypt, keep in mind to avoid asking for salt. It is taken as an insult to the host, as Egyptians take it to mean that you are repulsed by the taste of the meal served to you. You may now plot your answer. In some cultures, it is acceptable to eat food with your bare hands. But as etiquette would have it, it is often required that you use utensils such as spoon and fork, chopsticks, or spoon, knife and fork when having a meal. Be sure to brush up on how to eat with a knife and fork before you travel to Norway. In this Scandinavian country, even sandwiches are eaten using a fork and a knife. You may now plot your answer. Pen inks come in a wide array of colors, and sometimes it is fun to use them to make colorful doodles, drawings, and whatever. For some people, it does not matter what ink color you use to write their names with, as long as their names are spelled correctly. For South Koreans, however, you can use other colors except red, because for them, red ink symbolizes death. You may now plot your answer. You would not feel lonely when you celebrate your birthday in the Netherlands. In this country, it is a tradition to greet the person celebrating the birthday, as well as the person's family and other relatives. You may now plot your answer. Who would believe that carrying your wife would be considered a sport? In Finland, wife carrying, or yukonkanto in Finnish, is even an endorsed sport. And couples from other countries travel each year to Sonkajärvi to participate in the activity, that started in the 19th century. Since 1992, it has been called the Wife Carrying World Championships. The prize is beer with the amount corresponding to the weight of the wife. Since 2005, the game has been held in other countries such as Australia, United States, United Kingdom, and even some parts of Asia. Well done! Is cultural relativism important? How it mitigates or diminishes ethnocentrism? Always remember that cultural relativism is the idea that all cultures are equally worthy of respect. To further know that you have truly understood our lesson, let me give you another activity. It would test your speed in giving your comprehensive answers only for a minute. This time, it's your turn to read and follow the instructions. Time starts now. Time's up. Well, there's a saying, honesty is the best policy. To assess your honesty, you will be the one to check your own work as I give you the correct answers. Number 1, check. Number 2, check. Number 3, X. Number 4, another X. And number 5, again, it's X. Finally, I would like to give you some time to read the book titled Things Fall Apart by Chinua Achebe, and you are going to explain the importance of cultural relativism in achieving peace through an essay. Please be guided by our criteria for rating. Content, 50%. Language, 20%. Organization, another 20%. And mechanics, 10%. A total of 100%. Well, I hope you've enjoyed the lesson that I have lined up for you. Please join me next time. Barak Tafek. God bless you.